And then I licked his belly hair straight. Honestly, read this book for that line alone. Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club. Today we are reviewing Half His Age by Jennette McCurdy, her first venture into fiction. And by God, what an amazing first step. This is a very short book, which originally surprised me, but once I started reading it and the style it is written in, I understood why it's so short, and it works well. Jennette is a very crude writer, and I actually enjoy it. It reminds me of reading Irvine Welsh, Trainspotting. It's similar. I'm not naturally as cynical as Jennette with some of her views that she gives her characters, and you see this as well in her autobiography, but I can relate to the way she views the world. For me, this is almost a modern day Lolita. The story in general follows a teenage girl named Waldo who is slightly lost when it comes to finding her place in the world. She is white trash, she is 17, she is generally attractive, she has a single mother and was brought up in a trailer park. She hasn't seen her dad since she was 6 or 7 and has one friend who is very Mormon, who she is kind of losing a connection with, and she craves connection more than anything else. Waldo believes she finds that connection in her English class with her English teacher, Mr. Corgi, who is not generally attractive and in his mid-30s, but he pays attention to her. And she notices him noticing, if you know what I mean. Waldo starts going out of her way to get Mr. Corgi's attention. She does this in her studies, but she also does this physically. I love Jennette McCurdy's description of showering and getting ready. It's so overwhelming, there's so much to do, and as a woman, sometimes that is exactly how that feels. And I love her description as well of Waldo getting dressed. Waldo putting on a conservative blouse, but a short skirt and a pair of knee-high boots, because no matter how smart a man wants a woman to be, he still wants her to suck a dick. I just really love the way Jennette McCurdy brings all these random thoughts that you have throughout the day together in one very unique sentence. At the start, Mr. Corgi, who is married, has no interest in Waldo outside of school, but Waldo is very persuasive and consistent in her efforts to get his attention, and eventually she does. Stuff reaches the point of no return at Thanksgiving, and I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I really love Jennette McCurdy's writing style. It is literal, effective, straight to the point with no flair, and it's so nice to see that in a book where you don't need 500 descriptions of the way the room smells or the fall of somebody's hair. You can see it, and she is so concise in her descriptions that she doesn't need that many words. Jennette said in a recent interview that this book is about anger and the anger of young women, but I did not take that feeling away from this book. There is a lot of anger in it, but I felt this book was more about connection and wanting connection and wanting to feel validated, especially as a young woman in the world. So yes, anger is a component, but I didn't see it as the driving force of this narrative. I love how Jennette ties all the strings of this book together in the last few chapters. The sticky notes her mother leaves her whole life, and then the sticky notes Mr. Corgi leaves her for the scavenger hunt for their anniversary. Her mum saying, never get on a plane for a man, when they're going to go visit her father in Florida, and she finds out at the airport that he's been cheating. And then Waldo refusing to get on a plane with Mr. Corgi to go to Hawaii to try and save their relationship. It all ties together so well. It clicking in Waldo's head that her mother has refused to grow up, and that sparking a need in her to grow up and mature. This book is unbelievably good in my opinion. I finished it in 2 days. I actually think it is a masterpiece. Jennette understands the psyche of a teenage girl and a young woman. It is cynical, heartfelt, and heartbreaking. It's a coming-of-age tale. It ticks every single box for me. And yes, it is overtly sexual, but to me that's part of the growing up experience. Goodread gives this book 3.5 stars out of 5, but I give it 10 out of 10. I honestly wanted to start reading it again as soon as I put it down and finished it. And that is not a feeling I have had about a book in a very long time. The world isn't used to women being crude and beautiful at the same time, to being naive and horny and making decisions all in one package. This book really is genre shifting in my experience of reading. If it had been too much for me with the sexual aspect, I would have turned back, but I didn't. I mean, I'm here making a review about it. I obviously loved it. The period sex scene, though, was insane. Slap me in the face with your bloody... And if you want to know the rest of it, you're going to have to read the book. But that was definitely the low point for Waldo, I thought, when she was crouched down in that cupboard, cupping her own period blood. I love this book. I will reread it at some point. I think it has really shifted the genre forward. If you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I review loads of stuff from historical fiction to modern novels to autobiographies, so check me out. Until next time, maybe don't go to English class. Bye!